Is shredding dirt your thing? This Hosim four-wheel drive brushless monster truck is going to be reviewed right now. Let's get it up to speed and talk about it. Hey gearheads and RC enthusiasts, today we are getting our hands dirty, getting everything dirty actually, with a monster of a machine. This is from Hosim. I do need to tell you, they provided it to me to do this review, but they gave me no instructions. They're just like, we have a cool new truck, the X-08, go beat it up, tell the people what you find. So that's what we're going to do right now. It is four-wheel drive with a brushless motor. It is that monster truck style. This bad boy boasts a blistering 68 kilometers an hour, which, just to verify this a little bit, I put it in the absolute side-by-side drag race with my favorite HBX 2997A, and it absolutely beat it almost every time. A couple times it was tied, but I think that really speaks to just how fast this is. It has waterproof electronics and enough muscle for any terrain. So I've been putting this Hosim X-08 through its paces today to see if it lived up to the hype. Buckle up, let's see if we can't break it for a little bit with some crash session, and then we'll come back, do a review, and then if you're still interested in it, at the end I'm going to do the full unboxing if you want to know what it comes with. Okay, this is a little unusual. I'm coming to you from the field where I've been testing 3 different 1/10 scale RCs, and oh man, this one was new to me. This is from Hosim, and I am so impressed right off the bat. It's so hot out here, I think I can't even remember what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, that was it. If for some reason you like this content, you found that I did a good job, please remember to follow, subscribe, give it a like, put a comment below if there's a question you have about this, or if there's something else you want to see. I'll actually include links to this down below throughout the video, so if you're interested in it, you cannot go wrong with this thing. I would definitely click that buy it now button. So now let's talk about some of the specifics. There were some amazing things. There's some things I was a little less of a fan of. Overall, it doesn't change my positive point of view on it. So let's talk about a couple things. Speed, I was so impressed. This beat my HBX, which I thought was my fastest 1/10 scale. This definitely was faster than that. So the speed is not an issue with that. I actually only tested these things on 2S today because I find 2S, they are so fast, you're just gonna giggle yourself crazy. It will fly, crash, drive, but it is a whole lot more drivable. I find when you put the 3S in, yeah, it goes blistering fast in 3S, but they are very hard to not crash and have to flip them over every 2 seconds. So I really like the 2S. It's a good balance for me of really fast, fun, but still controllable, drivable. The suspension is awesome. I would say I had a little bit of mixed results in the sense that on the pavement, I find it a little bit flippy. It's definitely a little bit flippy, but on the dirt, super stable, which is kind of like a little bit weird, a little oxymoron there. But I guess maybe it's the suspension and the way it's set up with the center of gravity and that kind of stuff. Definitely likes to roll over at high speeds on the street, but super stable off-road here. Flew awesome. Now I was running it in 2S, so you can't do a backflip on the 2S controlling it by the power, but you could definitely control it in the air. That I really appreciated. Speaking of control, let's talk about my one little negative about this. Not the hugest fan of the controller. Not like it's bad, terrible, or anything like that. For me, for mine, maybe mine's unusual, but the trigger pull is really kind of pretty hard, which was a little irksome. But I got over it, and I had fun. I crashed this all day, drove it all day. It was amazing, plenty of power. Speed controller works nice. I broke nothing, which is astounding. Not only did I break nothing, but the body is held up really well. Like really well, looks great, no issues whatsoever yet, and I did flip it. You saw it flip a couple times. The wheelie bar is really big and nice. While it can sometimes do a wheelie on concrete, it doesn't really do it too much, but it's nice and stable. This is a big, nice wheelie bar as wheelie bars go. Overall, I'm gonna say it again. If you're looking for an RC like this, and you're at all thinking that this might be the one for you, you cannot go wrong with that. The link is below. Go ahead and buy yourself one. Have an amazing time with it. This thing is so cool. I'm out. Just got my hands on this Hosim 1/10 scale racing truck, and we gotta check this thing out, right? Oh, ooh, this thing's big in here. Okay, first off, the packaging is sick. Check this out. That is so much nicer than most things look that come in this kind of RC car space. This thing is ridiculously cool looking. All right, so let's unleash some wheels. Oh, this is solid. This is way more solid than I expected. All right, we're gonna have a remote and some additional parts in there. We'll check that out in a minute. But oh boy, this thing is really solid. I know I said that twice, but I'm really surprised by it. Obviously the paint job is sick, check that out. Ooh, that drop test is good. I'm really impressed with that. I know it came with metal shocks that are actually oil filled, and I am so impressed with that. And the wheelie bar is already on it. Those you normally have to install when you get these things. Let's see what the guts of this looks like. So this is brushless. It goes fast enough to be ridiculous fast, about 40 miles an hour, something like that. And I think it does, comes with 2 different color options. This is cool. This is ridiculously cool. That is totally ridiculously cool. And it comes with 2 enormous 2S batteries, which means you're gonna get a crazy runtime. They say it's about 40 minutes, that's 20 each. Not surprised at all with the size of these batteries, 2,600 milliamp hours. That is really solid. I mean, the competitors don't give you something like that. Let's see what else we got in here that we wanted to talk about. You know, you have headlights, that's really important. You can see here there's a little bit of a crush structure here in the front, so you're gonna get a little shock absorption there. Same thing here in the rear. Here's the motor, here's the 4-pole motor, which is gonna drive us really well. Now, it doesn't have a center diff, but it does have oil-filled diffs, which is really good. Obviously, 4-wheel independent suspension. We've already dropped it a couple times. Has metal drivetrain. Has a metal drivetrain. Really nice, beefy. These are actually feel like a good balance in terms of tires. We'll see how that actually goes. 3 kilogram servo, which is a really nice, healthy size. And this is a 45 amp speed control with the built-in fan. You know what that means. You know what that means. It means you can swap out these big beefy 2S batteries with 3S batteries and really light the world on fire. I think there's only one thing left to do. Charge up the batteries and fly it. Let's go do that.